Hi guys. Wow, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. I did not plan to take this break from this channel. I think it's been over 4 months by the time you see this video. Maybe 3. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been most of the summer. So first of all, I just wanted to say that I am doing really, really well. A lot of you guys were worried because I haven't posted that I would have been in a really bad flare and not doing well at all, but that has not been the case at all. I had a pretty rough early summer. When the weather is changing, like end of spring, early summer, that is usually pretty tough for me. Whenever there is a lot of barometric changes and rain and my body's just adjusting, it's tough. So yeah, I did have a bit of a tough spring and tough early summer, but once the weather settled, and I was able to get more outside and I was getting more regular exercise. I had been going for walks, I had been going for hikes, going camping. It slowly made my body stronger because it wasn't like I was constantly recovering from a flare. It's like I just got this like really good stretch. I find for me, one of the hardest things is that I go through like a good stretch and then I start to build myself back up physically, right? Getting sort of stronger little by little. But the next flare comes before I'm able to really see the benefits of all the work that I put in. And it's that constant cycle, right? Like you kind of like get put down and then you get up and you start crawling. And when you think that you're sort of getting out of the hole, like somebody pushes you back, right back in. And that's how it feels for me most of the year. But this summer was different. I got out of the hole. So it's been a fantastic summer. I have been doing a lot of backpacking. Now, it hasn't been all easy in that respect because, as you know, I have a lot of back issues. I have degenerative disc disorder, I have spondylitis, I have fibromyalgia. There is just a lot going on with my back. I got compressed nerves and things like that. And even though walking is something that is absolutely great for your body, is the best form of activity that you can do until you die, walking with a heavy backpack on it is not. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to go out in nature, in the wilderness, and experience that full immersion. And that meant I had to carry a heavy backpack. And that was a big adjustment between trying to make sure that I was really only carrying the necessities so that my pack would be lighter, and at the same time having everything that I need, including my medications. That was like, my first aid kit and EpiPen and regular medications. That itself already weighed a ton and it took up quite a bit of space. Yeah, it was a big learning curve, but it was amazing.
Okay, camera never does justice, but maybe if I lower it, I don't know. There's a big uphill and you've already come up a little bit, but it's all climbing rocks. Wish me luck, guys. my gosh. Are you kidding me? It's like pure rock. Look at the mountains. And it keeps going up. Keeps going up. Uphill is definitely not my friend.
It made me feel so alive, so good, and so hopeful for the future. Nature is very, very healing, and I do best in nature. My central nervous system resets in nature. It's when it's at its calmest. I feel my nervous system is completely reset from this trip. Not my body though. My body is a whole different story. That one is screaming in pain. But my nervous system, a whole week without stress. Mental stress, I mean. And even though some days were so hard.
I'm so tired, guys. So tired. I kind of twisted my ankle a little bit, not bad. But then I fell on my knees. Thank goodness I wasn't wearing shorts, so it didn't break the skin. But I'm sure I'm going to be bruised. But this trail, the terrain is rough on your feet. I am so out of breath. I don't know why. Today, I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm out of breath and I feel, at least with my pack on, I feel I can't take a deep breath. I don't know if it's how my pack is sitting or if it's just the weight. Today is the heaviest I am because I'm carrying like an extra liter of water, because this was like kind of a longish stretch without any water. And yeah, the landscape is not easy. There's a lot of climbing, a lot of rocks. I don't know, I think there's a cave there. Maybe that's where the bears hibernate.
And I was in so much pain physically, like that nerve being compressed there was excruciating. And I had a blister on my foot and it was always something. I was so happy. I was so happy. I could feel my body getting stronger.
Whew, let's take this pack off. Oh.
And like I said, even though I was in pain every single day that I was hiking,
My feet are hurting. My ankles are hurting.
it is different. It is different than when I'm in pain at home with a flare. Like that pain that I was experiencing there was a reason. I knew why it was hurting. I knew why my feet were hurting. I knew why my hips were hurting. I knew why my back was hurting, because I was pushing my body to the limits. And so every night when I went to bed, I was in a lot of pain. Like it took me a while to fall asleep. But I don't even know how to explain. It just felt different. It wasn't a sad pain. It wasn't a pain that came with grief. It wasn't a pain that was holding me back from doing what I wanted to do, was a pain as a result of me doing what I wanted to do. And even though the pain was the same, how it feels in the body, the sensations that your body is feeling mentally, emotionally, it is completely different.
This is the viewpoint.
And it's so crazy because this whole story of me starting to hike and falling in love with hiking started in January. Was it January of this year? My gosh, has it been only that long? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, I have a treadmill and I usually try to walk on the treadmill whenever my body allowed, whenever I felt, I had the energy for, just to get my body moving. But my treadmill broke. One day it would not work. And so it forced me to go outside and take a walk outside, even though it was like minus 15 degrees Celsius and the streets were covered in snow. It pushed me to have to do it because I didn't have a choice. And so I started doing it. And I actually really loved walking in the snow. And it's so quiet in the winter. There's not a lot of people outside. There's not a lot of cars outside, especially those days after storms. And this is where I do best, is in quiet, is in solitude. And I started doing it more and more. And my body started to get stronger. And yes, I had some setbacks in there. It wasn't always just, a straight uphill. It was like up and down and up and down. But, oh, Lulu. Look who's here. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's my Lulu. It's my Lulu. Yeah. She is so mischievous, this dog. What do you want to do? Huh? Kiss mama. Ooh. So yeah, it wasn't always just like, improvement. There were a lot of setbacks. But I just kept going, and overall I did feel that I was progressing, and I think that is very encouraging. And so because I was doing a lot of outdoor activities and hiking and car traveling, I did vlog all of that, but those videos typically don't do well on this channel. YouTube is very niche oriented. If you start posting like lots of different kinds of content, it gets very confused and it doesn't know who to show your content to. And so therefore it doesn't show it to anybody. And so whenever I would post vlogs, especially of like traveling or camping or hiking, the views were always like pretty bad on those videos. So I decided to start a different channel for my adventures. It's called Lost in Wonder. And I have been posting all of my adventure videos there. The interesting thing is that channel is a completely different side of me. And it really illustrates invisible illness because on that channel, I don't ever mention my chronic illnesses. I may have mentioned one day that I had a migraine or that my back was hurting when I was hiking, but I never said I have chronic illnesses and that I struggle with my health. So for me, that channel is like a little escape of this chronic life. Because when I'm filming for that channel, when I rewatch those videos, it's like I'm living the life I wish I could live all the time. Basically, I just get to live a little bit what a normal life is. Obviously, I don't feel like that all the time. In between the trips that I do there, I have flares, I have migraines, I have days that I'm recovering in bed. I don't show in that channel the recovery that comes with each adventure that I do. I don't know. First of all, it just illustrates how you can't really compare yourself to what you see on the internet, because you're seeing what we creators are choosing to show you. So you may not be getting the whole picture, but it also shows that there's two sides to everything, that you don't have to be sick all the time to have a chronic illness. And also people who, seem to be having the time of their lives, it doesn't mean that they don't have another side to their story that we don't know about. Now, when I say that I am doing much, much better, what I mean is my pain is manageable. It also means that I am not having those crazy anaphylaxis anymore, and I am not having those POTS episodes. Does that mean I'm cured from mast cell activation syndrome? Does it mean I'm cured from POTS? No, I still need to manage that. I still need to take medication for that. If I get sick, it flares those conditions. It just means that I've reached a point where I am able to manage them really, really well. What is not as well managed is my migraines. I have always struggled with migraines since I've had a concussion in 2018. And to be honest, my brain has never been the same. I did not fully recover from that concussion. I still have a lot of issues that I deal, especially with overstimulation and bright lights and lots of noise and lots of movements. Like, it's crazy. The other day I went grocery shopping and I ran some errands. I had to exchange something at the mall. I had to go to the post office and a couple of other things. And I came home exhausted, like done, more tired than when I hike all day. That really caught my attention because physically I had not done as much, but just like, the noise, like I went grocery shopping at Walmart, like, it was so busy and noisy and bright, and that drained the life out of me. And I thought when I got home, I'm like, I feel more exhausted than when I was hiking a section of the Appalachian Trail, where I was just basically hiking all day, carrying a big heavy backpack and sleeping in a tent at night. So yeah, my brain has never really recovered, and it gets very overstimulated easily, and that affects my mood. It affects me physically. It affects the amount of pain I'm in, my energy levels. So I know that I need to protect this, and where I feel the best is in nature. I am going back to physio because inflammation is still a problem. My plantar fasciitis is kind of getting aggravated with all this hiking, and my shoulder is acting up again. But the interesting thing is I did have bursitis on the left shoulder, and it took about a year to get better. And I was doing physio, I was doing massage, I was doing all sorts of things. Like I did MRI, I did ultrasounds, all that. Nobody could figure out, fix it. And then it just went away on its own. Maybe it was all the stuff that I did and eventually it worked, or it would just have gone away on itself. I don't know. But now it's back on my right shoulder, and I really do not want to wait another year for that to go away. It's just like inflammation is such a big issue for me. There's always something. All right, guys, that was a little bit of an update. I will try to film a little bit more often for this channel here. I missed you guys. I really did. How are you all doing? I have been so busy, guys. This other channel is keeping me so busy. It really took off. Like, I went from, 300 subscribers to almost 10,000 in a couple of months, and that channel is monetized, that channel is making money. So yeah, I'm concentrating on creating content for that channel because it is helping pay the bills. But my heart is here with you guys. you know, here is where I have community. You are the people who get me. You are my tribe, and I miss that. I miss that community. I miss us chatting. I miss us venting. Hey, no. Stay here. Because if you leave, you're just gonna want to come back. Yeah, and I can't keep opening and closing the door for you. So I'm gonna try my best to come back to this community. Yeah, I missed you guys. I really did. And I missed being active here. All right, I'm gonna go because I'm going to make some dinner. I'll see you guys in the next one. I promise it will not be almost 3 months before I post again.